Hello, people. How are you? Good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you are. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much. It's first Friday, first Saturday, first Sabbath. Yes. So, how was everybody? Hello, my friend. How are you? Thanks so much for coming in. Thank you so much. Appreciate you a lot. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How are you? How are you? Thank you so much for coming in. Still trying to get everything together here. Let me see. All right. Supposed to be no echo now. Yes. Hope you hear me live and clear, loud and clear. It's in the morning. Today is the morning, and it's January 6th. Almost forgot I was supposed to come on at 12. I was supposed to come on at 10, and I had gotten tired. I was resting a little bit. So today or tonight or this morning, it is only for subscribers. So if you subscribe, just like, thumbs me up, share me out. I appreciate it. And tell a friend. We're on the road to 2000, and we definitely like you guys to come along. If you subscribe, if you did not subscribe, you should subscribe. Okay? I really appreciate it. Now, let me also say this, that this live should have a item. Yes, there are items here that if you want to support, you can support, right? And how would you do that? Let me see. You can support by buying a hat, right? Baseball cap. I would appreciate it so much. Let me see. It pop up. Yeah, it pop up in the chat. Okay, guys. So if you would like, you can support me by scanning the code or hitting the link. That is one item. And then you have the jogger set. If you want to support me that way, jogger set. Got the other one here. So yeah, if you want to support me, you can support me that way. All right. I really appreciate it. Let me see. It's another way you can look at it. I think, yeah, something like that. Right? You can scan the item. I put them in the chat so you can scan the items. And basically, if you wish to support, that is one way you can support tonight. Okay, guys? So that's for your information, FYI. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much for supporting. Yeah, so this morning is Sabbath, and normally, Sabbath, we pay respect to the Almighty, and the Almighty is in charge of everything, God over everything. It's been, the first week of the year is always a little stressing because you got to get back into the mode of things. I've just been posting and sharing and things of that nature. I've just been doing that, and it was good for me. It's like my MO every year. As soon as the new year come in, it's like, ugh, like literally. I mean, if you work for yourself, it's good because if you're not a person who in a rush to get back to the quicker things, next week is officially back to work. You know what I mean? Some of us take an extra week just to get ourselves in the mode of operation, but we never left out God. God not take no time off, and God is in control of everything and all things, you know. So we never let go God. And we thank God for his mercy. We thank God for his peace that passeth all understanding. Right? While the world is running around crazy like a chicken without a head, we have peace. Peace that cover, peace that keep us in the right frame of mind always, all times, you know. And that is the beautiful aspect of it. While we continue to do live streaming and we podcasting, we give thanks to everyone and everything that make this channel possible. Yeah. So just wanted to share that with you. Yeah. Wanted to share that with you. And you know, we just keep the faith as we progress in this time. Yeah. True, true, true. So people, if you are listening, which I know you are probably listening, but you don't want to subscribe, it is quite fine because, we're starting off live. This is the official live. Earlier, we did a live and, just for warm up to see if, things is working out. We're going to do a next live in a couple hours, Sabbath live. So we're trying to change up the format a little bit and see if we can utilize these platforms for greater things. Normally me do my podcast on another platform and it just automatically upload. But for what I want to do, like literally me have to get on this live here and just do it. As you see, we would like to promote these different fabric streetwear. There's more to come. It's a little pricey, but at the same time, it's gonna help with the live stream, help with the channel, so we can get to where we want to get. You know what I mean? And as you see in the photo and the picture on the side, this is where we want to get. We want to get the studio up and running. So in order to get the studio up and running, we have to, implement different strategy, right? We have to implement different strategy. We have to work with different platforms because content creation is not just about content creation. Content creation is about ideas, and we have to put ideas into work. Big up Restream, big up YouTube and Twitch. And oh yes, tonight we are on Twitch tonight. So big up Twitch platform It's a gaming platform. Also, it is a podcasting platform. Big up Twitch in the midnight hour here. And this is Italis One. You can check us out on all platform. Right? Anywhere you go, you just put in I am Italis One underscore. I am underscore Italis One. Yeah. And if you want, you can put in the website iamitalis.com and you catch me there. Also, you can put in um, all the links in the bio. Right? If you go to the bio, you see me. You can catch me there. You can contact me, drop me a DM. Whatever you need help with as far as pertaining to your social space, I will try my best to help you and give you the information. All I ask is that you send a love donation out of the kindness of your heart because this thing take work. If you don't know, now you know. You see it for yourself. It take work. And we don't want fall off of this train. So we need to keep pushing on the train. When you ride the train, you have to buy the ticket, right? So me have the ticket and me and dip on the train. Me now drop off, right? Unfortunately, we network and we communicate, but this year we have to take it to another level, right? Which is fortunate because I don't see no unfortunate in it. We spend a lot of time online, we network and we share information, we do a lot of research. We don't just watch videos, for entertainment, even though this is an entertainment platform, yes, but we put a lot of work into it. It is only fair you must reap what you sow. So we just, meet us halfway. You know what I mean? We work it out. We work it out. And hopefully this year we can spread our wings and make some, mileage on the road so that we can show you certain things and deliver even greater content. But we need some equipment. So that is a part of why we promote, these little items here is because we want to get some equipment. See, we want to get some equipment so we can be portable. We can move from A to Z. You understand? And come back again from Z to A. Yeah. Some nice equipment. We don't need nothing bossy. Right now we're working with, you know, just some handheld things and a laptop. You need a laptop. But from that, other than that, we're working with, we need some more stuff to stay portable. Yeah, thank you for the one subscriber that come in and, never say hello. But it's all right. We love on us same way. Thank glory be to God for his mercies, that he do it forever. Yeah, we know a lot of people know them in the club, you know, them in the club right now. But we are here on the platform. We are just giving God thanks. Yeah. We never know what I was gonna really talk about 'cause it's first Friday, you know what I mean? And we just put in the topic only goals, no resolution. We don't believe in resolution. We don't believe in resolution. You know why I don't believe in resolution? Because it's like a broken promise. It's like a broken promise. You talk about resolutions and I'm gonna stop doing this and I'm gonna stop doing that. You know how many times people have said that, including myself, you know? So now all I do is I set goals. I set goals for myself And if I reach them, I reach them. If I don't reach them, I know I reach them halfway or 3/4 of the way. I'm still a happy camper. I'm still a happy camper. I'm not worried about not reaching my goals. I'm worried about if I don't have any goals to reach. That's when I'm worried. You understand? So when I am pushing and I'm saying, hey, New Year's only goals, no resolution. There's a reason why I say only goals, no resolution. I say that because, anything can happen, but we move with faith and we know that there is God who, and nothing goes, nothing happens without his approval. You understand? So we just keep on keeping on and we just make goals. We don't worry about resolution. The resolution is like a cliche. I don't even know where it comes from, but we hear people always just say, oh, what's your New Year's resolution? Please, don't waste time with that. Just make goals and work towards the goal. Work towards the goal. Don't worry about resolution. Resolution can go fly a kite. As far as I'm concerned, you understand, there's no place for resolutions here. Only goals, only goals, only goals. So if you have goals, you're in a good place. Excuse me, I had some wires here. Yeah, so if you have goals, you are in a good place. Don't let nobody deter you from your goals. You know what I mean? Keep working at them and stay focused. Stay focused. So like this year, I notice some things are changing up, but we still hold fast to the promise, that was given unto us, because a lot of people, I tell you right now, it's like a lot of people, they don't really understand when we say we hold on to the promise, we hold on to the promise. They be like, what this guy talking about, man? Promise, and this and that. Well, what am I talking about when I say promise? Let me tell you something, man. I'm talking about the promise where the Father said, hey, behold, I will never leave you or forsake you, right? Lo, I am with you always unto the ends of the earth. Listen, man. So these are the promises, these are the promises, and it can't be taken away from me. Understand? Can't be taken away from me. And it doesn't move on man's timing. You understand? Including me, I'm part of man. It don't move in man timing. So when you see people come with their ideologies and their criticisms, you understand? You have to understand there are two type of timing out there. Two type of timing. You have man time and then you have God time. You understand? So sometimes you feel like God forget about you, which is not the case. It's just that God have him on time, right? And he won't stop to remind you, right? You'll even if you forget, you make sure that you know he has a time. You understand? He has a time. And that is the truth, because we always have our timing, and our timing is like, hey, I don't want nobody mess with it, and hey, you gotta show up, uh, you gotta get it done. There's a deadline, That's man time. That's your time. But when God have his time, you understand? It's on point. And the older you get, you understand this thing. When you're young and you're full of energy, or if you sometimes you don't have to be young, you could be an old person, but you just don't know, you don't understand God to that level. You understand? You could be a big person, you don't understand God to that level. But somebody have to show say, look man, this is God time. There's man time and then there's God time. Yeah. So when you reach that level of understanding with the Almighty, you're not worry. You're not worry. You're still working, you're still pushing, you're still creating content, you're still in, the world, but you don't run down the world like you would have run down the world before, you know what I mean? Because it's man time and it's God's time. Right? And when God time come, it's automatic. Sometimes you gotta catch up because you're not even paying attention. It's like a baby born, coming out of labor. If you don't pay attention to your calendar, when that baby born, sometimes that baby catch you out the road. You catch the contraction them out the road. Next thing you know, you're going to labor and the baby born on the side of the road because you can't make it to the hospital in time. Yeah, you can't make it into the hospital in time. That's all God time is like a contraction. You know what I mean? It come quick, and you have to be watching and you have to be ready for the delivery. Yeah. So these things we learn, throughout life, God's timing and God's speed, you know. This is what we learn. So it's all right though. It's okay. You know, some of us are struggling with our channels. It's all right. It's okay. You know, some of us are not able to, have the proper equipment. It's all right. It's okay. You know, it's all right. Uh, but we still continue. We still press on. We still continue. And we move forward, you know what I'm saying? We move forward in this time. Yeah, I don't know why, what's going on, but I don't see much people coming in, but it's all right though. We're gonna keep it like that for the time being because we don't want people to come think say, it's just a lackadaisical thing, and then you can just come in and abuse the channel. It's something very serious. We take it serious, and hopefully we can one day present it in the right format so that people can come in and network earlier. And also a lot of people at them bed, everybody in the bed, which may understand too, because it's not an easy thing, It's not an easy thing when you're out here and you're working at night, you know. Now this thing want to act up on me. All right, well, it's all good. Like I said, we're not force. We're not force here tonight. Stress out yourself. We just continue. So God is awesome, man. God is awesome. I wish I could read you some things where I never really, like I said, I never even plan. But hold on, me see a daily bread over there. I could have used the daily bread to, hold on a little bit more when some people come in, you know. I'm just kind of discouraged. This no one act up on me. Don't want come give me no peace, But me have peace same way. Them can't take my peace. Want act up. God timing is God timing. You understand? God timing is God timing. In the late hours here, it's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing because in the late hours you start get the little munchies and you want to get a little snack and it is not good. Sometimes you can't eat, but is it because of 7 day? Sometimes we just take it for granted, because we don't feel no pain now, and we don't feel no ache, and we don't have no complication. But believe you me, eating late is not good. Take it from the italist. Eating late is not good. When you have these little munchies, the best thing for have at the side of your bed is not come out of your bed, go eat something. It is just to drink a bottle of water. Yeah, just fill up yourself with water. All when you get the little munchies and you want a little sugar in your system, because diabetes is something where all that we have. But some of us are more tolerant than others, and then some of us never tolerant at all, and then we find ourselves we're diabetic, you know. My people, boy, I feel bad for them because, you know, we diabetic prone. Let's be real about it. With all the sugar cane and the brown sugar and all of that, sweet stuff that come from the island, you know. Yeah. So we have to be very careful, man, with this diabetes, man. Diabetes is you have one and you have two. I don't know which one is stronger, which one is worse, but the both of them, is bad. Yeah. And it get to the point where diabetes it rots the body. Yeah, it rots the body, you know, to the point where now if you have kidney, you can have kidney problem, you can have eye problem, you can have foot problem, and if you're heavy set, it is it's difficult too when you're diabetic. You have to take injections, insulin. Sometimes, like I said, the kidney shut down or the kidney gear problem, hard for dodo, right? Hard for go to the bathroom, and you end up with these medications and a thing where they call dialysis, you know. So, these are goals where we should reach to try not to be diabetic, And if say you're sugar prone or you like sugar, then another goal is to try to be in the best shape possible, right? Try to be exercising. True, true. try to do exercising. Right now we have a little bike here. You know, we can do some indoor biking. 'Cause right now it's cold outside. For all of you who are abroad, you know, and we know in good climate, a nice warm climate, you can go and ride outside in the nice warm climate. But for us who are in the diaspora, it's cold time now. It's winter time now. Yeah. Speaking of that, let me put on these socks. Got cold in here. Have one heat. Still cold. Yeah. But anyway, try to be in the best of health. You know, can do some exercising, keep the blood, sweat the blood, sweat the blood. And it is funny though, but people still diabetic in these warm climate. But I think the reason why people still become diabetic in warm climate is because they don't exercise. Yeah, eating right is one thing, but exercising is another thing. You understand? So a morning stretch, a morning walk, as long as you end up with a little sweat and a little soreness of the muscle, you're doing something, right? And if you do it regular, right, the body is working. The body is like a machine, it working, it working, it working, it working, you know. Don't be afraid. Me know the mothers out there and the fathers, they all work hard. Everybody work hard. Yeah, we know that. But then you have to put on, you know, you have to put on some sweat, some real sweat, so that at least 3 times a week. I wouldn't say every day, because realistically everybody working. But at least 3 times a week, you know what I mean? Stretch the bone, crack the muscle them, crack the bone, make sure the blood, check the skin and the blood, you know, so you don't feel, or get caught out there and you find out that you're diabetic and you mash up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is one of the things that us black people have to look out for. We have to look out for the and cancer is another thing also. Cancer where combined with diabetes or it's double trouble. And a lot of the sisters out there, you know what I mean? I know a couple myself, cancer prone. My theory is that it is because them use all these products that aren't designed for them. If you see the video about melanin, yes, man, melanin is something that we all have, and you got to be very careful with 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 uh with melanin. You know, yes, my friend, risk risky. Okay, sister, how are you? Blessings, blessings. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah, you have to be careful. Melanin is something given by the sun. And then you also have to take care of it when you get it. And when you don't use natural products, right? Like shea butter, what else? Cocoa butter, right? These are natural products, right? Where then you go use these lotion with all these chemicals in it and things like that, and hairsprays, when you have natural products like honey, you know, natural products, you know what I mean? Even aloe vera, good for the skin and hair. Um, Turmeric, good for the skin, hair, body. Is good for your mood. It's good for your mental health. Oh yeah. So these things should be on your goal, on your list. You know what I mean? Try your best to be in the best of health, because health is wealth. If you not have health, you can't do nothing. You can't do no live stream. You can't do no book writing. You can't go to no work. You can't eat. You can't sleep. I mean, God Almighty, if you got to go to the bathroom, you can barely go to if you don't have no health. You see me? So health is wealth. These should be goals, number one priority. You understand? Along with, thank you, sister, for writing and get your spirit in check. You understand? Get your spirit in check, in alignment, with the Father. Get your spirit in check, you know, and try to be at peace with our men. You understand me? Yeah, because let me tell you, even here on these YT streets, you have to be very careful, because not everything is everything over here, and on other platform too, everybody seem a-okay, for the most part. But believe you me, just hang around a little bit longer, look a little bit longer and see what go on a little bit longer. And yes, it's everything is not everything, you know. But it is the only thing you need is the peace of God to function on these streets. Yes, function, because everybody in a competition, whether they want to be in competition or not, them in a competition for content, for make content. Yeah. Number two, when they want to reach, they know how to come down. Because when they come down, it come be hard to go back up. Number three, the reward of being monetized and getting paid is motivation to stay up top. Yeah. So we see where you have to be careful, right? It's a full joy. Yes, to be working, to doing what you love to do, but you have to use wisdom, you know. And there are many stories about people who have come before us and have not used this platform wisely, you know, and either they've passed on or they've gotten themselves in some kind of legal trouble or whatever, you know. But these are people who were successful in social media, you know. So we take these things into we take them into view, no matter what. We take them into view, and we learn from the fact that, look, man, you know, it can happen to me, it can happen to the best of us if we're not careful, you know. I know there's one guy about right about now, he's still on YouTube. honestly, I think I've never came across this guy until the pandemic. Right? I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I call it pandemic. Some say pandemic. I say pandemic. Excuse me, my dialect is off. Okay. But yeah, I came across this guy. And a matter of fact, two of them. And one, you know, I followed for a while, and he was, he was okay. He's a nice young man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice guy, you know. And then there's another one. A lot of them I followed, you know, because we were locked down, you know what I mean? We were locked down, and a lot of things, was going on, like unexpected lockdown, you know what I mean? So what could you do? But watch videos. Yeah, so at the same time as I was saying, we came across these individuals, and it is good vibe. I mean, I lie, it is good vibe. It's good vibe, you know. And what can we say? We fell in love with their content, and it was nothing but love. You know what I mean? So going forward now, but at that time, I think YouTube was rough, because you couldn't go live to your phone, but you could go live on your laptop. And I think I had problem with my laptop at that time. I had problems. So I was always wanting to go live or so on, until I think I went on other platforms like Twitter, and I think Instagram have something also. I must check that out too at some point. At some point I must check that out. So yeah, with them, I saw these guys, and yeah, they were encouraging, no doubt about it. They were encouraging, and they allowed us to see a different aspect, number one, from Africa, and how you can, start vlogging and live streaming, because that's what they were doing. They were basically, you know, vlogging and live streaming at the same time. So we give them credit, you know, for what they were doing. Um, these guys, definitely was forerunners, you know, forerunners in the game. So yeah, man, this is something where, you know, my opinion only, you just have to set goals. You have to set goals, and be careful of the energy where you surround yourself with, even though it is kind of, I'm saying, safe distance. But for the most part, some of us, we are on this social space every day. Whether we're creating, answering comments, are we doing lives and so on. And you have to be very careful. Yeah, so you need a balance. You see me? For me, balance, me keep to the spiritual, you know. Me not go through life without being connected to the Almighty, to God, to Jesus. Put it that way. Jehovah. Me not go through life like that. Me have to have my God next to me, even when I'm working in this environment, you know, because you can't take him out of the picture. Some we might, some they love to, it work for them, I guess. But you see, when all thing go bad, my God still there with me. So I don't know about them. If them have it good all the time, they may. I'm not here to judge anybody, but I'm just saying what worked for me, what worked for I. My God worked for me, and him have to stay with me continually. You understand? So in this space, we may not see eye to eye on certain topic, but me support. You understand? And there's more than one way we can support each other, even though we don't necessarily like the content, but we understand the goal. All we can do is pray for the people then we put out those content to make better content, to expand on their horizons. Me see one and two, yeah, I expand on content making, you know, and I step out of your shell and your platforms to make your platform grow. And I think it is a good thing. When I have to call no name, you know who you are. You understand? I think it's a good thing. You understand? Because we know a lot of us come from different environment. And sometimes we in those environments and it's not the most encouraging. But sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Don't you know it? You have to encourage yourself. True. Yeah. Yeah, man. You're in some of these environment and it's not encouraging at all. You do your little vibing online, you have a little following, you know, and the neighbor them a make whole heap of nice. The picnic them a make nice. And the people a say, I look on you getting anywhere with that? What you doing with that? What come out? I ask 1,000,001 question. But they will never attempt to do it. But you will do it and them a mock you. Because what? Some billionaire company is willing to push you to gain a check, to make good content where you don't know where it might lead you in life, in real life. But so far, it's been done, tried, tested, and proven that it can lead to something. Yeah, me know. It is difficult. You think it's not difficult. I remember, because this is not my first, you know. But when I was doing broadcasting years ago, one brother link up with, and him did have a Bandolo radio station. For you guys who know what Bandolo is, him did have a Bandolo radio station. And the man, give me a good vibes and thing. And let me tell you something. Everybody knows say him a run Bandolo's radio station. And you say preach and come. As long as them not put them a run something. Anyway, me no want to get them. One day me get into the right context side. Well, right now the Bandolo radio station not going no more because it is basically not established. You understand? A Bandolo. So anyway, me they done I do me thing and guess what? Me start get a fight. Me start get a fight. You understand? And me I wonder like really and truly, and me I said to myself, hey darling, how are you? Good night. Good morning. It's first Friday, first Saturday, it go already. So I just gotta come and get going. And yeah, so we was running that bootleg radio station, right? And I was getting a fight. I was like, man, I don't even own this thing. I'm just working here. But on a fight me become me a work here, right? But or you would rather have me sitting on the bench doing nothing, looking at all the singers who can sing, the piano workers who can play piano, the tambourine people them who can play tambourine. I'm not good in that stuff. You got guys who can do the electronics. I can do the electronics. And but there's like mad guys over there, like ten guys doing electronics. So for me, I'm like the fourth wheel. You understand? So I'm like, nah, I don't want to do the electronics. Let me do my thing. I go and I do my thing. Be done at this booth. Now the whole community is hearing it because at that time it was popular. Even now, it's not much, right? It's not much. They got a few bootleg stations still out there, right? But they come on at night time. True story. They come on at night time, and it's like one or two because like I said, it's bootleg, it's bandolo. Nobody wants to get into that business because that business, comes with a whole lot of headaches, right? But at the time when I was doing it, this is probably like almost 10 years ago now, right? Yeah, so around maybe it could be a little bit more, but around 2013, 14, or maybe earlier than that, but not too much earlier, like 210, 211, somewhere around. It was very popular. Bootleg stations all over the radio, right? And people was making bread, you know. Now, if you know what it takes to run those things, it's very expensive. Electricity, not to mention antenna and all the equipment, you know, in there, and the internet. So those days is expensive, you know what I mean? And it was a lot of young guys, doing their thing here and there. Now it was different categories, really two categories, right? It was either you're gonna be a gospel, you know, or you was gonna be um, hip hop, reggae, that type of crew, you know. So obviously the minority people them was the gospel people them. Yeah. So the gospel people them, they was there and they was doing their thing too. Listen, don't ask me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I even came on board. I think I just came on board because number one, I had something to do to keep me out of trouble. And number two, it was because I wanted to stay active, with broadcasting and videos and things like that. So I was doing that. Mind you, at that time, I think I wasn't working. So that was also another reason for me to get out the house to do something. Yeah. And I did like the vibe. Like I said, I did like the vibe. What had shocked me though, like I said, it was a lot of preachers involved. And like I said, they was making cake. You know what I mean? They was keeping conferences because they had the outlet. So because they had the outlet allowed them, everybody was listening to their radios and things like that. So next thing you know, they're holding conferences and they're holding banquets, and they letting off game, real time game. You know what I mean? And they keeping all these um it's like Christian parties, yeah. But it wasn't like a Christian party. It was more like, you know, concerts. You understand? Let me stop. Concerts. Yeah. So they was keeping these concerts and conferences and banquets 365 for like 4 years straight. Not to mention the reggae guys and the hip hop guys keeping their parties 365 for about 4 or 5 years straight. No lie, no lie. Or even longer. You understand? Because like I told you right now, there's only like two stations that, not on the books, you know what I mean, or not on the dial. If you turn and you turn the knob on the dial, you might hear them a little bit, you know what I mean? But they're not even pumping out the signal like how they would pump out on a regular station. Yeah, so the preachers them got on board until now when they stop, because what I mean, anywhere there's money to be made, right? You get bad actors. Yeah. So the bad actors will come in town, these false prophet, they will come in town. You understand? And when they come in town now, oh my goodness, they come with the crew, you know, and I'm telling you game, but it's the truth. They come with the crew and they come to these churches, they go and they scope out the churches. Then all of a sudden now they show up the next week or whatever. And by the time they show up 1 week, the next week, them have a full scale revival, full scale conference. Eh? Can you imagine? So these was the games these people play at that time, right? And there was a lot of sheep, yeah, who fell for it. A lot of pastors too fell for it, you know. And they come and they run game and do all these little miracles and things like that. People get all astonished and all of this and prophesy. Then when they ready for close shop, they hit you with the bag. You know what I mean? Talking about, you know, the 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 number, then I want you to do 666 333, whatever, 111. I need all these number things for their so-called, you know, stuff. So, my God. Yeah, so that was what God had opened my eyes to in those times. And it was discouraging because the real work, nobody was interested in it. But when these false prophets come and these haters come, everybody gave them a full standing ovation, gave them key to the city. Yeah. And that was my whole thing with that. I was like, nah, sir. You know, it's ridiculous. I'll talk about that another day, but yeah, I couldn't roll with that, man. So I left that. Um, because it was getting sticky too, you know. And then, you know, as soon as I was about to continue on my own, you know, they got shut down. So they got shut down for numerous reasons, and you know, different entities came in. You know what I'm saying? And they all said, you know, this gotta stop. This gotta be discontinued. Yeah. So that was that end of the story. But it was a good experience. I thank God for the experience. You know what I mean? And exposed me to different, you know, scenarios. You know what I mean? Where you could never get that scenario again. You know, could never get that scenario again in this life, at least. You know what I'm saying? So that was just one of those things. Yeah, man. So, oh God. So it's 1 hour already. 1 hour already. 1 hour already. Let's see if I can prepare myself for the second round of this podcast. I appreciate everybody coming in. Appreciate love. Thank you so much for what you guys have done. Appreciate love. Appreciate love. For real. For real. For real. Let me see if I can get some songs up in here. Come on, come on. Welcome back, people. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Thanks for celebrating. First Friday, first Saturday. Yeah, it is Sabbath. Sabbath. Yeah, I had to do it live today, man. I had to do it live, because I never know where this thing gonna end up, Don't know where it's gonna end up, but I had to do it live. Yeah, we give God glory, So my experience is my experience. Your experience is your experience. We all have different experience, and we have to share it with each other. So any way we can, There was a sister who came and she did say something like one of the subscriber, and when she said it, me give her credit, man. Me have to do a video quick. So YouTube have the remix button. So I just took the remix button and I put some content to it. Very powerful. You need to go check it out. I'll see if I can share the link in the chat. I should be able to share the link in the chat. Let me see. Hold on, bear with me, man. Don't go nowhere. Stay with me. Which one is it? Is it that one? I don't think it's that one. Is it that one? Let me see if it's that one. Voila. Yeah, I found it, people. I found it. So I'm gonna share it in the chat right now. And share it in the chat with you guys. Let's see. So many things to talk about, so many good topics to talk about. It's just not enough time, man. Not enough time. Not enough time. Alright, let me share it with you guys. You can check it out for yourself, okay? And it works. Just have to make sure. I'll pin it at the top for a little bit. Yeah, go listen to that one, man. The sister, I don't even remember her name. To tell you the truth, I don't remember her name. But you can go check it out, man. Whenever you get a chance, go check it out. Very powerful. Very powerful sister. Almighty. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus. Yes, indeed, sir. Oh, yeah. Jehovah, bless the Lord. Give thanks for his mercies. Another day, another day, another day. Yeah, man. So now it's the twilight hour, and you're here with me, and you're listening to me, and you said, Italis, what you gonna do now? Well, I tell you the truth, Italis, all I meds. And I meditate on the goodness of God. And I meditate upon his mercies, you know. Yeah, because number one, we've been through things where only God could have brought us out of. The arms of flesh have failed me many times. Many times. People who I've trusted have failed me many times. And I'm here and I'm in my right mind and I'm talking to you. I'm sharing with you. I have a little podcast, a little channel. Great things are in store for me, not only for me, but for God's people and for all of you who listening to me. I'm telling you, keep the faith, man. Keep the faith. Have faith. Don't give up. There was times when I thought I was at my lowest. And then God showed me another man that was lower than me. And I had to have faith. I had to have faith, man. I had to hold on. Yeah. I didn't have to. I couldn't give up. And I'm still not giving up. Because when I see people, man, I don't just see the height or the color or the situation. I see the soul, you know what I'm saying? And when I see the soul, that's when I make my determination. Because the soul, when you lose that, you lose everything. Can't afford to lose the soul, my friend. Can't afford to lose it. No matter what, can't afford to lose the soul. Can take anything and everything, but the soul is the foundation. Can't lose the soul no matter what. You see, you have some people that run around the top, but them a soul snatcher. Be careful what you're saying. That thing is dangerous. If you lose your soul, you lose everything. You see me? Me hear some of the young people them a go around and talk about them as soul snatcher. You know what I mean? I understand what they're saying, they're talking of a sexual nature. But they make it into a comic. It's not nothing to be comical about. You understand? It's something very serious. Losing your soul, you lose everything. Ain't no coming back. That's it. And sometimes I have to really wonder. You know. Even though I know it's truth, even though I understand it, what I want to understand is really what does a soul look like, you know? And the only way you can get a glimpse of what a soul is when somebody dies, right? I remember staring at a loved one of mine when they passed on, and I kept staring and I kept staring. I was looking even at the mouth, looking at the nose, looking at the cheeks, looking at the chest, and I thought they were still breathing and they wasn't breathing. You know, the heart wasn't pumping. There was no movement in the body, no movement at all. The soul left the body. The life left the body. I couldn't see it. I saw it at the last moment it left. But if I could see it physically as a person, that was how I saw it as a person when it left the body. Yeah, the soul left the body. So when you lose your soul physically, you lose everything. But if you have it spiritually, you have everything. You lose nothing. Yeah. So some people, especially today, what I'm seeing going on, and interaction with different communities, some people take it lightly, you know, whether they're on one side or another, you know, and take it lightly, but I say tread carefully, man, tread carefully. You lose your soul, you lose everything. If you keep your spirit, you lose nothing. You gain everything. Oh yeah, for real, for real. And that me see, and that me learn through this little life, thing we call life, you know. It's a journey, man. It's a journey. I don't worry about these accolades. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to pat yourself on the back. Sometimes you have to motivate yourself. Sometimes you have to inspire yourself. Sometimes you have to just do it yourself. Because God's timing involves you. You understand me? I remember the little story where Jesus talked about the good, what can we call him? The good Jamaican. Yes, dude Bob, what's going on, brother? How are you, dude Bob? Bless up yourself. Yeah, there was a Jamaican that needed help, and he sit at the side of the road crying out for help because some robbers came upon him and was brutalizing him. You understand? And the businessman passed him, didn't want to help him, you know what I mean? And a professional teacher passed, didn't want to help him. But then a farmer man was passing and he turned around and he helped the man. And the special thing about it was the man that had got robbed was a businessman and he was a professional. But yet the professional and the businessman didn't want to help the businessman and the professional that had got robbed. Who helped that man was the man that was neither a businessman nor a professional, but he was a businessman and a professional man in his own right. He was a farmer. Yeah, he helped that man. And then the man had turned around and asked the man, "Why did you help me?" He said, "Two men passed me and didn't help me. But why did you help me?" He said, "I had nothing to lose nor to gain from helping you. I did it because you needed help. And knowing that you have received the help, all is well with me now." Yeah. So some of us, we ride upon our high horse, you know what I'm saying? Some of us have all, we don't need no help. But one day we will need help. And the people who we think are gonna help us may not be the people who are gonna help us. Our destiny is not in alignment with those people. Sometimes our destiny is aligned with the people who we don't think it should be aligned with. It is the truth. That's what life has taught me. For real, for real. Life has taught me that having titles and having affiliations and networks may not be necessarily God's choice for me. And He'll take us the long road around, the long way around for us to recognize it sometime. And who's the network that we don't think is for us, the affiliation that we don't think is for us, may be the right affiliation that God has for us. I've learned that. Yeah. I've learned that, man. It baffles me every time I think about it. Every time I read these stories. Because you see, the stories I read from the Bible. They all line up with life. If you want to talk about disappointments, you want to talk about achievements, you want to talk about rich, poor, health, wealth, you want to talk about jealousy, envy, malice, hatred, murder, abuse, rape, you want to talk about war, you want to talk about peace, you want to talk about salvation, redemption, inspiration, motivation, illumination, revelation. You want to talk about struggles, slavery, oppression, depression. It's in the Bible. That's why I like that book so much. It's in the book. It's in the Bible. I'm telling you. Kindness, empathy, sympathy is in the Bible. Rude, attitude, altitude, longitude, latitude is in the Bible. Mathematics, geometry, arithmetic, statistics is in the Bible. I love that book so much because that's where all content come from. Creation. The original content creator is the Bible. I love it so much, I'm telling you. I get majority of my ideas from the Bible. I'm telling you, I get a majority of my ideas from the Bible. You want to talk about marriage? Let's talk about it. What the Bible says. You want to talk about let me see, divorce? What the Bible says. You want to talk about children? What the Bible says. Well, let's start again. I'm just gonna give you a rundown quick. I ain't gonna give you the whole thing. Marriage said Proverbs 31, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. That's what Proverbs said. He said, if you divorce, you should not remarry, for you're still the first husband wife. That's what the Bible said. And the wife and the husband is still the first wife husband. That's what the Bible said about the marriage and divorce. You understand? It talk about a lot of other things, but that's just one and two that I give you, right? He said children, he said raise up the children in a way that they should go, so when they grow old, they should not depart. As kids, talking about manners and respect and honor and dignity and integrity. I love the book, man. When I was younger, I didn't like the book. I knew it. I studied it because I had to. But I didn't really like it because my life was revolved around it so much. I couldn't breathe. I choked. Many a time I was choking. I couldn't breathe. But I understood, like now, in my older years, it's been like this for a while, but I understood. No, like, why? Because 24 hours in a day, for the most part, my mind is on the book at least 19 hours out of the day. For the most part, my thoughts include the book for at least 19 hours out of the day. How is that possible? It is possible because we got 24 hours in the day. So at least 19 hours, 14 hours, you wind down, you watch a little TV, and then after the TV, you're still thinking about God till you close your eyes. And that's just reality. Even now I'm talking to you, it's Sabbath. You're still thinking about God until the time come. Yeah, it's the reality, you know. And we keep it going just like that because the book has so much to say, so much to talk about. You talk about love, loss. You talk about marriage. You talk about divorce. I said that already. Children. You talk about wooing, right? Trying to court a woman. You understand? That's in the book of Ruth. And trying to court a man in the book of Ruth. You understand? You talk about adultery. That's in the book of Kings with David. You understand? And it talks about the mystery of love, right? When Queen Candace come from Ethiopia to see Solomon, the wisest man on earth, travel through desert and sun. All these things, the teachings and the wisdom. That's why I love the book. You understand? It teach you how to do warfare. You have enemies, I have enemies. Most times people who are not aware that the word enemy is not just a confrontation. It can be a spiritual confrontation. It can be an unseen confrontation. You understand? How do you fight a battle like that? You learn it through the book. That is in Esther. You understand? That is in Moses. In Exodus. I'm sorry. How do you learn these things? Right? How do you deal with these enemies? These are ancient teachings, because not only do Christian people follow these teachings, many other religions imitate the teachings of Christians. You understand? Because Christians are supposed to represent light, not darkness. You understand me? Yes. And also at the same time, the darkness imitate the light. So even now as I'm speaking to you, they're busy doing their thing in the dark. You understand? So when people who believe they can fight darkness with darkness, it is a lie. You cannot fight darkness with darkness. You can only fight darkness with light. You understand? As the light dims, the darkness comes in. That's why we have night and day. And as the light gets brighter, the darkness fades. You understand? It's simple. Don't make it harder than what it is. We see it every day and every night we see it. Understand me? And even so, there are some parts in the earth where light is consistent. I haven't seen it. It's a place in they call Alaska. I've heard that it is light for 23 hours of the day. 1 hour is darkness. I don't. That is some time of the year, some solstice time of the year. I don't know how true it is. I've seen movies with it where night and where day is running into night and it's consistently day still. I want to see that for myself. I want to see it for myself. So that is how powerful light is. You can't win. The enemy will never win. That is how powerful light is. Glory to God, Jehovah. My God. I totally forgot about that. But you see, that's how God works. God makes you remember how powerful He is. You understand? Darkness cannot win. You understand? The radiant presence of God is all powerful. Even in this world, right? Where it cannot be, they can explain it all they want, but for what reason, who knows? And why that particular part of the world, who knows? Why couldn't the whole earth couldn't see it? The whole earth can't see it. Only in Alaska. that particular area of the earth in Alaska. So I will look it up and I'll get back to you guys with that, because it is an amazing anomaly, right? 23 hours, if I'm correct, 23 hours of daylight and 1 hour of night. So as quick as the night comes in, it disappears. You understand? And it just goes to show the amazement of God, you know what I mean? So we give thanks for these things, you know? We give thanks for these things. So many topics, man. So many topics. Unbelievable. And yeah, people now are awakening to the simple truths. You know, to the simple truths. But we still keep the light burning. We still keep the light burning. You know? And it is a light that no man can put out. Yeah, no man can put out that light. Because the light come from God. You know? We just have to keep our eyes on the prize and keep looking up, you know? Because our destiny is not intertwined with this world. It's only a snippet. Only a snippet. Yeah. We give God thanks. Many people were giving God thanks for the first day of the year. It is all fine and good, but I'm giving God thanks for the first Sabbath, because peace still reign on the Sabbath. You understand? He said, I give you peace. Behold, I give you peace that passeth all understanding. Can you imagine? Peace that passeth all understanding. Peace in the midst of chaos. You understand? Peace in the midst of turmoil and frustration and disappointment. Peace. Can you imagine? When daddy left you, mama left you, hubby left you, wife left you, kids forsake you. When the world is against your back and you got peace. Can you imagine? That is the goodness of God, man. That is the goodness of God. You understand? Many people out there, let me tell you, man, many people out there don't got peace. I don't care how good they look, how much they even talk about it. But at least they're talking about it. They're striving for something. But the real peace is the peace that I just explained. Knowing God and His righteousness and His mercy. And knowing that even if you take everything from me, you can't take my soul. My soul is locked up, tied up, wrapped up in God. Because I got peace like that. You understand? There was a woman, because this is real life. You understand? This is real life. Let's talk real life. You understand? Not this made up wives of Atlanta type of life. Not the wives of YouTube type of life. Not the wives of social media. We're talking real life, the wives of the front storefront church, wives of the 9 to 5 going to church, the hobbies of the 9 to 5, the storefront church. We're talking real life. See, we're talking real life. People who work every day for them bread. And you've met some of them online here too. You know what I mean? This all fine and good. But we are talking about people where we know or might know or have seen where them, take the vows and everything like that. Me personally, I'm not married, but I have children. But I think about marriage a lot. I think about it. And I said to myself, what is this marriage thing? What is this marriage thing? See? Because I have children, and them big. You know what I mean? Them big. Them big. I put in the work, I raise them big. You know what I mean? That is just the first part. But the part that I'm not too happy is the children, them mother and me never work out. And for whatever reason, you know what I mean, can't really go into that right now. But them never work out. And I always think about this marriage thing, because mind you, it's the man that asks the woman to marry, but nowadays you have the woman them asking the man to marry and so on. All type of marriage out there. So number one, made it always have it in my mind to have a marriage that I chose. A marriage that was good enough for the goose and good enough for the gander. Yeah. So that was what I wanted, a balanced marriage, right? My mistake was me never really looked for a Christian marriage. Not to say that I wasn't interested in a Christian marriage. At the time, I was in a rush. I don't know where the rush came from, but at the time I was in a rush. Anyway, my plan was not God's plan. And the children came before the marriage, and the choices, even though it was still in God's plan, wasn't his ultimate plan, because you can have a plan and you have an ultimate plan, you understand? But it worked out. Yet again, there's a picture perfect marriage that I was looking for. You understand? It was a picture perfect understanding that I was looking for. And I did not get it. Even now, today, I still don't get that particular picture where I can embrace that marriage. You understand? We're coming up on the 2 hour mark. And I'm just gonna keep going because it might just be a 3 hour broadcast, and then I'm gonna come back at 6, right? 6 a.m. and hopefully we'll be good to go. Anyway, so I'm saying to myself, no, Master God, what is the perfect marriage? Because you see, as believer, may us be straight and frank with you. I don't know nothing other than what me know, right? I'm not obligated to anybody on social media. This is the way. You understand? This is the way. So the way is, yes, you should be a virgin. That's where me went wrong. Me I was a virgin, but then I didn't become a virgin. Okay. Number 2, be of a Christian understanding. I went wrong there too. I strayed from the Christian way. Number 3, seek someone of the Christian faith, possibly in the church. I strayed from that too. So at the end of the day, the enemy had his way with me. You understand? I mind you, it wasn't like this is some old country town. It was not no country town. This is city life. You understand? We deal with city people and things like that. And I might get comments, you know what I mean? It's all right, but the reality, because we are dealing with real life. You understand? And real life, most of the time, there is no time. You understand? In this environment. Well, anyway, uh, being as how it played out, the ones who have that dedicated them life according to the way, for the most part, them might go through problems. Who know divorce, run off, who stayed, end up being abused, misused, rejected. Millions and millions of stories. One day marriage, the next day them gone, because it's not what they expected. Many a story. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. I've heard it with my own 2 ears. You understand what I'm saying? Married to hustler, married to drug addict, married to wife beater, married to wife spender. You understand? Husband spender. All type of marriage. And it was in the church. It was church people. You understand? So when we see them thing there, it was kind of like a miscommunication. It was static. It was a lot of static in my ears, in my eyes, blinding me. And when I ask the hard questions, nobody can answer it. All them can do is cry, go down on their knee and pray. Well, all right, cool. But then since you can't answer it, how me forget the answer other than go through life myself? I've seen it. You understand? I've experienced it. You know what I mean? And the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So being that was the case, again, me ask myself, because I'm of the belief, even though I do know there are circumstances, but I believe in precaution. I believe in prevention is better than cure. So I said to myself, I say, all right, I guess there's only two options, because you say those vows for better, for worse, for sickness and health, right? And most of the time it's not for better, for worse, and it's not for sickness and in health. It is for me, myself, and I. And you find your way. It's only on paper. That is the truth. So, what is the purpose then? Is it just a West thing? Because in the East, I know people, they conduct themselves on a higher standard. They hold, bigger everything, bigger families, bigger love relationships, you know, they just do everything different in the East. In the West, we're on a budget, you know. In the West, we unfortunately think about there can be divorce and that doesn't work. It comes with the life. It comes with the life. You understand? And it hurts to know that we think like that, but we do. Because in the West, there are smaller families in households, you know, and the stresses of life, basically make it in a way where you do respect your elders, but everybody is basically on their own, you know, and your problem is your problem. My problem is my problem. Where the West, your problem is everybody's problem, and that's just the way it go. We don't roll that way here. People who migrate here, have their own culture and they stay together. But for the most part, American culture is not like that. Western culture is not like that. Everybody hold their own. They might stick, one or two come from a big family for the most part, but most people like their privacy. Even in issues of marriage, they like their privacy. You understand? They're not checking to see if you're fertile or if you're infertile. They will know if you're not fertile eventually when you tell them. They're not going to get in your business and find out if you're fertile or not. So that is the difference between Western culture and Eastern culture. West are very private people. Eastern culture are not so much private when it comes to marriage. You understand? And it varies for different parts of the country, but for the most part, it's unanimous, you know, and yeah. So I always think about that, where people, when they talk about they getting married, naturally you feel happy for the individuals. You feel happy for the individuals, and even if them, get some counseling, you feel good for them because at least they're thinking about it. But the reality is in the West, you know, that people are thinking on a flip scale. You want to stay married, you hope for the best, but you expect the worst. And for the most part, I've seen it in the body of Christ. I've seen it in the church a lot. You know what I'm saying? People who supposed to be on the up and up. You know what I mean? If the guy was a bad guy or the woman was a bad woman, mean, have an attitude all the time, you know what I mean? Could understand because you got good people that are mean. You understand what I mean? They're there. They exist in this world. You know what I mean? They do everything right, but they just mean, stingy, have a bad attitude, successful, but just downright mean. You know what I'm saying? So I would expect it from people like that. But the people that is coming out of is not the people you would expect it. It's people who are full of pride, who allow themselves to be tempted to catch, to let their guard down, and who love money and love worldly pleasure more than them love them integrity and them dignity and them character. Maybe for a while that was important, but later or at some point, like I said, they let the guard down. It's not important to them anymore. And number one, the devil has a field day with them. The enemy has a field day with that. Number two, them are, basically causing generational problems. Yep, generational problems. And because these people that do these things spend years in recovery, because sometimes, majority of the time, God make a way of escape for them to recover. But the time is not allotted to them to gain full recovery. They're still in recovery. And by the time they look up going through this recovery, their children grow up already. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just one cycle after the next. Yeah. So most of the time, even if you're going through recovery and you're recovering and you're mentoring yourself and others, you still, you know, it has to be a work of God. But what I'm saying really is it happens in the church a lot. A lot. So all this jumping around and singing and what I'm saying, doing whatever. The institution of marriage is under attack. The institution of family is under attack consistently. Like there is no break period. Because I'm sure it was going on before me and I'm sure it go on after me. But for our own to be caught up with so many examples that are in the book, you understand? And to understand the matrix of it and yet still fall for it and get sidetracked, right? Because of some undealt with business whether it is the past, the present, and then even looking into the future. Wise up, like people, wise up. Because like I said, if me get married, you say either find it a wife, find it a good thing. If me get married, me are one of them guy where really look into this marriage thing. You understand? Because number one, you hopefully you get married in good time and you have children with the woman you want in good time. Right? Number two, you must get old. You see me? So you hopefully you know get on good in life. You can grow old together. Okay? And three, you can see the fruits of your labor because family is a work thing. Family is a job thing. And when you can enjoy the fruits of your labor together, that is like a full reward. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about the ex-wife and the whole heap of baby mother, because the wife is the wife. And she know her place and she know her authority and she know who she is. Nobody can replace her. You understand what I'm saying? No legal entity can replace her. And no, assumed position can replace her. A wife is the wife. So the same thing with the husband is the husband. Excuse me. So overall, me think about this marriage thing. And then me think about singleness too. Because sometimes God make some people for singleness. You know what I mean? And then the issue of virginity and all these things come into play too. You understand? Because even though God leave us to ourselves, Him have Him law, right? And singleness is singleness. And the sex thing is something where Him have some laws about. You understand? I don't want to go in there. But for the most part, it's a morality law. You understand? And this out of the morality law come marriage, and anything out of marriage is immorality. Yeah, which most people understand in any culture, in any language. So it is nothing to debate about, nothing to really understand. It is universal. And where they get it from? They get it from the book. They get it from God, right? And that is crisp and clear. I don't really have to go into that because some people might say, well, what do you think? Man, I don't have to really think about it because it's universal and most countries and most different nationalities abide by this moral. They abide by it. And anything outside of it is immoral. So it's just the standard. Many people have been bamboozled and tricked and bewitched into thinking that there is no such law. And unfortunately, they have come to find out that there is. And people have suffered consequences and many trauma have come out of it because of these casualties of lies. and trickery. Well, their day will come when they have to answer for their trickery and their lies. I just saw it go, and it is what it is. But the whole basis of the truth is based upon what is moral and what is immoral, right? So if anybody has any questions about that, that is basically what it is based upon, right? What is moral and what is immoral? You understand? What is normal and what is not normal, abnormal, right? This is why I go back to what I was saying with marriage and singleness. God has called some people to marriage, but yet marriage is not a constant bliss. It is not a constant happiness. It is not a constant enjoyment, which is another lie, right? Because you may love forever, but you don't love every day. You understand? And I've seen it with my two eyes where, yes, they are in love forever. The death do us part, but they don't love every day. You understand? And I've seen it also in the world. You understand? Blessed. Who's this? Vince. Blessed brother. How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Yes. So they they love forever, but they don't love every day. Right? Some days you wake up and you say, look, I love you, but I don't love you today. Because whatever happened, you didn't put the milk in the coffee. Whatever the problem is, I don't love you today. Right? I might love you tonight, but I don't love you today. Right? That's how it is sometimes in marriage. And especially when it's a person you're around every day. You see that person and you say, hey, I don't love you today. I might love you tonight. I don't love you today. Or I don't love you tonight, but I love you in the morning. You understand what I mean? Some love is forever, but it varies day to day. That is the reality. And if you can love someone day to day, then you're on a good track. You understand what I'm saying? If you love them Monday to Wednesday and Thursday, you got a day off, and Friday to Sunday, you're back in love again. You're all right. But you should really love them 7 days a week. That's why I be thinking about this marriage thing. I be thinking about it because it don't take all that, but it takes all that, right? Even if you're not in love for one day, that is a lot of time to be out of love. It's a lot of time. You're not in love for one day, 24 hours. That's a lot of time to be out of love. You know what can happen in 24 hours? A whole lot. And I ask myself, can I go through with the assignment of being married? Is it possible to go through with the assignment to death do us part in sickness and in health? Right? In sunshine, in rain, right? In joy and in pain. Is it possible? Is it possible? And there are people who do it because now I realize that every question does not necessarily deserve an answer. That could be the key to marriage, right? Not every statement deserves a response, right? Agree to disagree, right? That means you gotta learn how to swallow some pride. You gotta learn to smile and to be silent and to be very light-hearted. I heard they were talking about it today on the news today. They were talking about people. Oh yes, um, this guy David Chappelle. He made some joke about, I believe, a senator or a mayor or something in some town, and he was physically challenged, and he made a joke about him, and the mayor or the senator heard about it, and the media went on a rampage. This is not marriage, but this is one of the key qualities I believe that can be used in marriage, right? So the media went on a rampage, and they basically wanted him to tear his black ninja self up, right? They wanted to tear him up. But, the person said, oh, really? He spoke about me. Let me grab a ticket and go to his next show. And I'm going to sit in the front row. So he did that, and he went there and he laughed at it. And he said he found it very humorous, and even got a picture with him at the end and shook his hand. And that was that. And the media person wanted to get on his case so badly, trying to pull the man out of his skin so that he could basically, reply to the man and say, look, he did something wrong, XYZ, XYZ. That's what he tried to do. He tried to do that to the man. And I'm saying to myself, you see, when you're mature, especially in marriage and in relationships, because marriage is a relationship too. You see, when you're mature and you deal with people, you don't let things run off your back, so you don't let things get under your skin, so you just let it roll off your back. And I think that is like one of the key elements when I say I love you forever, but I may not love you today or right now or tonight, but I still love you tomorrow, forever. You understand? You deal with some people. No, we always think our partner. There's so much to this marriage thing. There's so much to this marriage thing. I'm telling you. Our expectations are not what we presume them to be. It's so much to it. I've never been married. I played house a couple times, but I've never been married. I'm telling you, it's not what we expect it to be, you know. And it always the ones do, you know what I'm saying? But I let it go. I don't know. Singleness again, like I said, it has its place. And, sometimes we call it to singleness. Let me stick a pin there for a minute. Sometimes we are called to singleness. I knew one lady, she was single for a long time. Let me say long time. Me think the egg them dry up. We don't know if she can have children. But it wasn't until maybe in her late 50s or early 50s or late 50s she get married, But she married somebody where about her age, know the guy for a long time too. And the guy know her for a long time too. Now I couldn't see myself then when I thought the person was, what I mean? God bless her. But God did it, God answered her prayer, I guess. You understand? But she had to remain single for a long time. You know what I mean? She had to remain single for a long time. And I don't think it's that the woman couldn't get married. The woman could get married, man. Because there's always a man out there for a woman. Not necessarily a woman out there for a man. But there's always a man out there for a woman. And especially in this Christian walk too, you know, for the most part, women options are usually not as widespread if she follow the book. And the same go for the men. We have to wait. We gotta go to we have to be friends with this church and that church. You understand? We gotta know our church families, and you know what I mean? It's usually a tight knit circle. But sometimes there is a shift in the atmosphere that we don't even know taking place, and people scatter and the options become few. Yeah. So it throws off the balance, the equilibrium, it throws off the spirit in the congregation. And when it should become a stronger congregation, it becomes a loose congregation, and it loses its favor, you know. But naturally, you can point fingers, but I leave that to the imagination. I won't go into that, no. But I just throw that out there because even though people are building churches and building congregations and communities come out of these churches, and people have to be wise because they've been down that road before and they've seen it before, and you're not playing God, but you are establishing what God has already ordained and allowed us to be stewards over. So we have to be ready and wise and see these things happening before us, so then we can bring forth the community of God that we want to be in place, that He is already established, right? It's a joint venture, it's a marriage between the pulpit and the pew. It's a marriage, you understand? And for the most part, it's a marriage up unto death do us part, because the same place most time people bury is where they worship. You understand? So that's why I'm say what I'm say. Full circle. You know what I mean? So glory to God. Thank you, Jesus. So at the same time, I hope I don't lose you guys. Singleness has its place. You understand? And because we feel it is a given, meaning one should just stick to the way and it requires no knowledge, it is a sad mistake. You understand? Because the human experience is complicated already. And many of our people come out of complicated situations previously, you know. And then because them already in the church, for the most part, them functional. But cohabitating together under one roof, under one space, makes relationship a touchy subject, you understand? Outside of marriage life, right? Makes it a touchy subject. And even more touchy subject when they get married. So people tend to clash. That's what we call clash. Buckheads. They tend to be different in nature, right? Some like green, some like red, some like light, some like darkness, some like urban, some like country, then clash. You know what I mean? But yet, this is the beauty of it though. Like I said, the marriage is between the pulpit and the pew, and the marriage of two individuals is between them and God. Because that's why then said the vows and all these things. And then said to death do us part, and before God and man and all these things. And when they make the vow, them vow unto God. And then sometime you see them, even though them say it, them have to take back the vow because God never in it. Is the more so the fact that them feel as if God just was there, but him always silent and him still silent. And that's where I say head coming, the spirit of God, the soul of God coming, because we all have that soul. You understand? And we all have that spirit, and we have to get down to the nitty gritty of the matter. You know what I mean? Get down to the nitty gritty of the matter. Because things will come in to disrupt the family. The enemy will come to disrupt the family one way or another. It don't necessarily have to be adultery. It don't necessarily have to be sickness. It will be something, attitude, pride. It will be envy, jealousy, malice. It will be anything. It could be disrespect. Can disrupt a marriage. It could be physical deformity. Can disrupt the marriage. So when I tell the item out there, say, me think about this marriage thing, I choose something. But when me think about what me think about on a mature level, and I try to address it, because even so now you have marriage we go upon the second level now, where sometimes we call that the step marriage. We have stepmother and stepfather. Good God Almighty. People, as they say in the world, have been around, you understand, or not necessarily been around, but they've become widowers and widows. You feel me? Yeah, so when I talk about marriage and I tell you say, hey, me think about it because you meet all kind, you know, you meet all kind, and you might think it unfair, but life is just real life, you know. Life is just real life, and you face these issues. You see me? You face these issues in real life, you know, because life no guarantee. Like me say, everybody want to go all together, but then it comes a stage where you have to face the reality, you know, that one person might die, leave the other, you know, and then children will have their own families. You understand? Yeah. So marriage take on a new level, a step above, you know, and it just happened to be that way in real life. So guys, I appreciate you listening to me, you know. There's so much to talk about and so much to talk about, but not enough, not enough time. You know it go. Guys, if you can would like to support me, here is one way you can support the podcast. Just hit that QR code and look at the website, buy a pair of sweats, trainers. We have a matching top outfit. It is a little pricey, but it can be broken up by using payment plans, and you can be able to purchase this from Italy's one clothes store. I truly appreciate the proceeds will be used to further this podcast and make it better every time. Not true. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yes, it is Sabbath. Happy Sabbath to all you who are out there, and to the ones who are traveling out there. Be careful coming in. You know, it's a drunk driver on the road. You know, say people coming home from the bar. I want you guys to be safe, right? I want you guys to be safe, you know. First Friday and first Sabbath, you know, guys, be safe. I know that you have some families who are mourning today because of incidents that had happened during the week, mass shootings, and so on. We're praying for you guys that you will find peace in the midst of the chaos. Know that it is a hurtful thing, and I wish it upon no family, you know. But this is a sinful world, and we know that things happen, and unfortunately, it is the innocent, not the guilty, you know. But God will give us justice In this life, sometimes and definitely in the world to come, He is still God. You understand? Still the Almighty and still the conquering Lion of Judah, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah El Shaddai, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Makadish, Jehovah Shalom, Jehovah Shammah, Jehovah Iskin you. He's God. There's power in the blood. There is power in you and in me. Keep the faith, right? Above all things, keep the faith. Right? Don't allow yourself to be distracted. You know what I mean? Don't allow yourself to be tormented and deceived. Right? Continue to stay praying. Continue to fasting. Continue to travail. Put on the full armor of God. You understand? Continue to be inspired and motivated. Right? Continue to detox the old man. Right? Have a clear view of God. You understand? Whether you're dreadlock or bald, whether you're a Christian or not, every man must know God for himself and know his son and know his spirit. If you don't know him, get to know him. Say, come unto me, all ye who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. You understand? What is that rest? That rest is in Jesus, his son. Thank God for Jesus. You see them dreadlock there? Yeah, may have dreads, but me know God and me know Jesus. We thank God for his prophets. We thank God for his disciples and his apostles. We thank God for all his messengers that he sent. But there is one Jesus, one God, one Jehovah, one Holy Spirit. And that is where it starts and that's where it ends. The Lord is taking his time. God is taking his time. He had to do some things and it take 50 years to us. It take 100 years to us. But for God, a day is 1,000 and 1,000 is a day. So God had to do some things. We know some of our ancestors have died and we have grown and we have seen and we're going to grow and die too. But like I said, a day is 1,000 and 1,000 is a day with God. God's timing is not man's timing. We want to see it now, now, now. But unfortunately, we may not see it. Unfortunately, we might. But we must be patient and we must continue to try to get it right. Get all our cards in the deck. We must know the Creator and we must try to live as if it was our last. Yeah, never stop dreaming, but continue to fight to go make goals towards that dream. Live as if it was your last. That's right. The time is upon us. The time is at hand and it's coming down. It's coming down, people. So we pray for Israel. We pray for Ethiopia, Eritrea. We pray for the diaspora. We pray for the motherland. We pray for all the nations. Understand? We pray that peace may reign upon the earth. We pray for the sick and the homeless and the tormented. Right? We pray for the mother and the father, the husband and the wife and the children. Yeah, that peace reign. We can't do nothing in war. We can only do a lot in peace. We need peace in this time. The peace that passeth all understanding and earthly peace. Yeah, we do. So we have a lot of work to do, you know what I mean? Right now, the studio have a lot of work we need to be done. We don't have the space and we don't have the proper space to do it, but we believe God, right? We believe God. And we know God will make a way where there is no way. We're still on the road to 2000. We're still on the road to 2000. I hit 1700, I believe, yesterday. Thank you, God, for that and for all the subscribers in the first week. I thought I would have hit it last month, but God would have it that I hit it today. Well, yesterday, and it was the first week of the month. So I'm happy for hitting the 1700 mark. Now we need 300 of you guys to subscribe. 300. 300 is what I'm aiming for. 300 of you guys to subscribe. Where are you? Like, subscribe, and share. Go to the link in the bio. Linktree / I am Italis 1. Linktree / I am Italis 1. The link is in the back, in the bio, and in the description. So, guys, continue to help me share out the live. Put me in the community post. Put me on your Twitch. Put me on your all platform. Big up Twitch tonight for sticking around. Big up you guys for sticking around, broadcasting. I totally forgot you guys were there, but big up to you guys. Thanks for your support. I'm gonna sign off now. I would like to stay on, but I'm gonna sign off and get some sleep. I'm supposed to come back on at 6. So we see how it go. I put this on subscriber mode, so I know I got some subscriber tonight. I appreciate you guys for supporting. Yeah. And big up to all the crew out there. Yeah, we're minimizing the trolling. We're minimizing the fake accounts. We can't be bothered with the fake accounts and the trolling tonight, you know. It's the Sabbath, it's the first day of the week. So we don't want to have any confusion in the house. We just want to be able to mix and mingle freely and support each other freely, and definitely hold a good vibe. right? So, guys, got a couple minutes to go. Let me go back to the chat. Let's see what I got. Big up Vids Felicia, Dude Bob TV. Big up Liz Wavina, Lataya, and Raske Fuzan channel. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. Thank you so much for supporting. I appreciate you, and thank you so much for supporting. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting. Oh, guys, you know I'm on Spotify. You know I'm on Spreaker. You know the link in the bio. Just connect with that link and leave a comment, subscribe, share. I appreciate it so much. The best thing to follow. Don't just like, share, follow. Okay? And share out the live. Go to I think TikTok, and you can get the full connection, or even here on YouTube you can get the full connection, right? For the links for Italy's One podcast. All right. Yeah, so we're looking also for collaborations. Hey, if you guys would like to collaborate, hit me up. Definitely be of a positive mindset, be of a conscious mindset, no creepy stuff, and no, stuff that will get you blocked, basically. So be mature. I'll link up with you, no problem. As long as the Wi-Fi is kicking good, we link up. Look like Wi-Fi were better at night time. So hopefully our time zone will work out. But yeah, I'm looking for some collaborations. I don't know how else to do it because not everybody's willing, and we like good topics, we like good topics, but just to keep the ball rolling and keep things going strong. Hopefully we can find good collaborators, and that is it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm still looking at some good content from guys, you know what I mean? And they're inspiring. I'm not gonna lie. People have some good content out there right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now. Some good content out there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta play catch up. But when I in no competition, you know what I mean? I'm staying on my lane until God take me out and put me on the freeway. I'm still in my lane. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I appreciate it. I got like 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Yeah, my people, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch. What again? YouTubers, vloggers, podcasters, live streamers, connection. Everybody. Good night. I'm out. Love you with the love of God. Yeah, till we meet again. Never give up on your dreams.